Hello, my name is Jamie Nix, and welcome to my new YouTube channel, Piney Life. For years, I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel or just capture videos of deer and some of our kills or harvests. But with all that being said, this self-filming and trying to go hunt with somebody and them promise to hunt with you during the rut when you're wanting to kill your own deer, it always seems to overtake and the camera gets pushed to the side and you basically go after the deer. But there's something that stemmed me this time to push forward. I recently lost my cousin. He had killed some great deer, but we never got any on video. And there was some conversation, like his mother and different people that said, I wish I hear his voice one more time. Do you have any video? And I did have video of on a recovery of his son's deer that you could hear his voice, but very faint. And I got to thinking about it. There's a lot of things that's happened that I've seen in the woods, a lot of things that I have been there to witness that I wish I could share with everybody else. I mean, it's a memory for me, but it's not been able to be shared with anybody else. So that being said, we are now happy to start this new YouTube channel. Now, a little backstory on me. I live in Loudon, Tennessee. I hunt an area, it's called Piney. Anywhere you go in Loudon County and say, where's Piney? They'll say it's the country, the farmland that's out between the lakes. And the area we hunt, there is Tellico Lake on one side and Fort Loudon Reservoir on the other. So there's some phenomenal fishing. I mean, crappie fishing in the spring. There's some great bass fishing. FLW hits this lake. I think Bassmasters has fished this lake back and forth, up and down several times. There's a lot of commercial guides come in here from out of state and everywhere that guide the hunts or guide the fishing tours up at the dam. And for rockfish, stripe, stuff like that. And we got great catfishing too. But I focus mainly on my whole family. They hunt. My cousins, my mom, or my dad, my wife hunts. All my kids hunt, 5 of them. Now they've started, some of them started their life. They're in their 20s, so they're getting their life going. They don't hunt as much, and nobody in the family hunts as much as I do. But hopefully we can catch some of them, make some memories, share some camaraderie, and you can see a little bit inside our life of what we see and the blessing, the blessings we have that, our hunting rights, our God-given rights to, share with y'all yuns. Now we run a process shed that's called Outlaws Chop Shop. It's not a big business. It is just mainly for my family, friends, people with surrounding farms. And having that, we also have a lot of good deer come through. We have a pulse on, basically our hand on the pulse of the deer movement around here during the rut. So we get a lot of really good deer come through the shop. We have a very nice shop. We've upgraded over the years. We've got, commercial grade stuff and very fortunate to have that too. But there's a lot of things come through that shop. I mean, things we find in animals, arrows, broadheads, a lot of things. And when I first started out, as Bad Blood Outdoors. And at that time, there was some friends and family that was on these leases at the time. And a couple of them have quit hunting. Things have come along and they've quit hunting. And we were kind of all about the Bad Blood thing. But as it went on, it was my deal, my page. I kind of felt like it needed to be different than Bad Blood Outdoors. So I changed it, as you can see, to Piney Outdoors. And I have some great memories on there. Not a lot of video footage of kills and stuff, but harvesting any kind of animals. But there is some content on there of animals passing through, getting some of the shooter bucks on video that we didn't get to shoot or we didn't get to harvest. But in my life, it's like I joke with my wife, it's always deer season. It's either pre-deer season, or post-deer season. We're hanging stands, we're doing food plots, we're doing something all the time to get, video cameras, trail cameras, trying to see what the hit list is, what good bucks we have, what potential we have. And of course we always get some surprises that show up or some of our deer leave. But we just want to capture everything and give you a little insight on our little life here in Piney. Share some of the interesting things. And any hunter can tell you, If you go to their wall and they've got one mounted, they can tell you when they killed it, who was with them, and they always got a good story with it. It's weird how we attach with things like that. So that being said, that I don't have footage of a lot of the deer that we've taken, we do have the stories behind those deer, and we're going to do the best to honor those deer and tell some stories of those deers. We're also going to try to do some how-tos. We're going to show some deer processing, how we do it. I'm not saying by any means we're pro. We're not sponsored. I mean, the camaraderie we got with these people, we have arguments from what's the best bow, what's the best broadheads. I'm from Hoyt to Matthews, from Rage to Swacker, whatever. Even camo, there's arguments between who makes the best camo from Real Tree, Mossy Oak, Treesign, whatever. So we're hoping to bring all that to you. You'll see it. I think everybody's true colors and colorful personalities will come out. One of the things I'm really excited about sharing, and we will be, I actually have one turkey hunt that I self-filmed. It took me 4 attempts to get it, but I finally got one of them down. I always put the little clips on Piney Outdoors. You're more than welcome to go to Facebook and look up Piney Outdoors, like it. Look back through the years of what we've done and where we've come from. And just like this YouTube channel, we can only get better from here. So hopefully we'll bring good quality, clean content to y'all. And hopefully you'll subscribe and like. But one thing I'm super excited about is there was this one deer that we're going to be making a video on, not a documentary, but a video on that I'm going to be releasing. And this deer was a deer that showed up 3 years ago. Well, 3 years ago. And the very first picture I had of him in the fog, I nicknamed him right off the bat G2, because this deer just had awesome G2s. He didn't have a lot of mass. He was a younger buck. I say that, but he was probably 2-year-old at the time when he was in velvet. And we set our sights of trying to get this deer on video. I only had 2 pictures is all we got. He disappeared. Didn't see nothing else of him. None of him on hoof the rest of the year. The following year, he showed up on our family's land. We leased 2 properties, and there's a split in between, but he ended up back over on the other property. And right off the bat, I knew it was him. He still carried those great G2s, that thick beam. I mean, he had really got to be a good deer. But he would always disappear right before bow season. No matter how strategic you tried to go about it, he disappeared. And then he wouldn't pop back up till after, say, Christmas. So after the rut was over. Well, that second year, my dad actually had an opportunity at this deer, but it was a gray area shot. He wanted to shoot him, and my dad's killed some very, very nice deer, and we'll be showing them like we was talking about the storytelling. But this in particular deer, it had so much potential, he didn't want to make a risky or bad shot and take a chance on losing the deer or him never coming back or, us never finding him. So he chose to let the deer walk. The following year, this deer pops back up, and he has blowed up into a giant. His 2s are still pretty long, but he's dropped. He's gained a ton of mass, more points. He's got this 9 to 10 inch, tater digger, brow tine, or drop tine on that one side. And we were really excited about the upcoming 3-day velvet hunt that Tennessee has. They've had it for the last 2 years. I'm not sure what they're going to do in 2020. I don't think they've announced it yet. But it gives us opportunity to get in that time he's on that summer property while he's there. Because he'd disappear right before bow season. He'd just vanish. We wouldn't see him on trail camera or nothing. Well, my neighbor, that weekend started, and my neighbor ended up killing him. Richard Birch ended up taking this deer. Now, we don't have no footage of this deer. We do have trail camera video and trail camera pictures of this deer. But he was actually videoing the deer with his cell phone, videoing deer come in until he seen the bruiser walk in. And when G2 made the field, or as he calls him, Old Droopy. He had nicknamed him. He had pictures of him, and we had talked through the summer about seeing him, being on his adjacent property, on our property, but he had nicknamed him Droopy, which, as I had, G2. But he ended up harvesting the buck. Great, just a phenomenal deer. Now that deer's mounted and done, dried, it is honored so well the way it is mounted. It's just a gorgeous, beautiful mount. So we'll be bringing it to y'all. But with Pope and Young and Boone and Crockett not accepting or having a book or a record book for velvet, we got to thinking about Buckmaster. So after sending a picture and talking to Buckmaster, they come down and measure the deer. He will be coming out in Rack Magazine this year. The certificate and the paperwork has come back. I'll have that to show you too. But we had scored this deer. We said he was somewhere 165. When he was harvested, he was actually over 170. Well, after they have got done measuring with their regulations, he's over 177. That being said, he's number 2 in Tennessee and number 6 in the world for velvet buck. So that's a lot coming. It's pretty big coming from a little bitty country out here in Loudon, Tennessee, and Piney. So that will be coming. We will be showing that video. You know, there's so many things that we encounter, and it's always deer season. Like I said, it's either pre-deer season or post-deer season. The deer that we'll be telling stories on is good quality deer. Now we're hoping to go. We do go to LBL public land, different places. Public land here in Tennessee where we're drawn to hunt. We hunt some WMAs and different things. We're hoping to get video on it, which we hope to get out of state. Kentucky, hopefully, love. It's on our bucket list for me and my dad to hunt the Midwest. But all that'll be coming down the road. But we wanted to bring this to y'all. I hope it's fun. We'll get better from here. Please like and subscribe. It helps us out so much. And as always, God bless. Get out, enjoy your God-given rights to shoot what you want, hunt. Get out, enjoy the woods and water. So be safe, and God bless. See you next time.